Bruce. Strange seeing you in a place like this instead of that fancy cave of yours. Reminds me of the Old West before everything got complicated. I brought whiskey from a friend's private stock. Figured you could use it even if you don't drink much. How's city life treating you? Must be exhausting chasing criminals every night without a horse or open country to escape to.
The location suits what we're discussing. Sometimes getting out of Gotham gives me perspective the city can't provide. I appreciate the whiskey, though you're right that I won't drink much of it. City life is what I know, same way you knew the frontier. But you didn't ride all the way to Gotham just to share drinks and talk about lifestyle differences. What brought you here?
There's a man I've been tracking across 3 states. Calls himself Judge Holden, though I doubt that's his real name. 7 feet tall, completely hairless, speaks like he's read every book ever written. He's been traveling with gangs, encouraging violence, participating in massacres. I've seen evil men before, but this one's different. He doesn't kill for money or revenge. He kills because he believes violence is the purest form of human expression.
Judge Holden. I've found references to someone matching that description in historical records going back over 100 years. Same physical description, same philosophical obsession with violence and war. Either he's impossibly long-lived, or there's a family line using the same name and methods. What makes you think I can help with what sounds like a frontier problem? You're the expert on tracking dangerous men across open territory.
Because he's heading towards cities now. The frontier is dying, Arthur. Civilization is spreading and Holden is adapting. Last I heard, he was in Philadelphia giving lectures about human nature and the necessity of conflict. People actually listen to him because he's educated and charming. He hides what he really is behind philosophy and culture. That's your territory, not mine. I can track him, but stopping him in a city requires different skills.
A charismatic philosopher who believes violence is humanity's highest calling. That's more dangerous than a simple killer, because he converts others to his worldview. Ideas spread faster than bullets in cities. If Holden is building a following among educated people, he's creating a network of believers who will act on his philosophy. We're not just stopping one man, we're dismantling an ideology before it takes root. What's his actual goal beyond spreading his beliefs?
Far as I can tell, he doesn't have a goal beyond watching the world burn and being part of the burning. He's not building an empire or seeking power. He wants to prove that civilization is a lie, that underneath all our laws and manners we're just violent animals. Every massacre he participates in or orchestrates is evidence for his thesis. He documents everything too, keeps journals and sketches like he's studying specimens.
Documentation means evidence we can use against him. But it also means he's methodical and intelligent, not just a mad killer. The plan needs to address both his physical threat and his ideological influence. I've been developing a 2-pronged approach. First, we expose his true nature to his followers by revealing his documented history of atrocities. Destroy his credibility before he can spread his philosophy further. Second, we physically contain him in a facility designed for enhanced individuals.
Exposing him to his followers might not work the way you think. Some people who follow Holden already know what he is. They're drawn to the violence, not repelled by it. He offers them permission to embrace their worst instincts under the cover of philosophy. Showing them evidence of massacres might just prove his point in their minds. We need something that breaks his hold on them beyond just truth.
Let's get Robin's input.
Judge Holden treats everything like it's a game or an experiment. He's detached from the violence he causes, watching it like a scientist watches rats in a maze. His weakness is that detachment. He doesn't actually care about anything or anyone, which means he has no leverage points. But it also means he's never been challenged by someone who refuses to play his philosophical games. If we just treat him like a criminal instead of engaging with his ideas, it might frustrate him into making mistakes.
Kid's smart. Holden loves when people argue with him about morality and human nature. He wins those arguments because he doesn't care about being right. He just cares about proving everyone else is a hypocrite. If we don't engage with his philosophy at all, just treat him like any other murderer who needs to be stopped, he loses the thing he enjoys most. The intellectual game disappears, and he's just a killer getting hunted.
Refusing to engage philosophically while pursuing him practically. That approach works so we can actually contain him physically. The problem is his size, strength, and reported combat skills. He's survived battles that killed everyone around him. Historical accounts describe him as nearly impossible to hurt or kill. If those reports are accurate, standard containment won't work. We need something specifically designed to hold someone with enhanced durability. and strength who's also highly intelligent.
I've shot him twice myself. Center mass, good shots that would drop any normal man. He barely slowed down. I don't know if he's human or something else wearing human skin. Out west we have stories about things that look like people but aren't. Things that have walked the earth since before our grandfathers were born. Holden might be one of them. That changes how we approach containment entirely.
Master Bruce, I've been researching this Judge Holden while listening to your conversation. The historical records Mr. Morgan mentioned are disturbing. References to someone matching this description appear in documents from the 1840s, looking exactly as he does now. If he's genuinely over 100 years old and functionally immortal, traditional imprisonment becomes meaningless. He'd simply wait decades or centuries for an opportunity to escape. What's your plan for permanent containment of something that doesn't age or die?
Permanent containment requires cooperation from organizations equipped to handle supernatural or enhanced individuals. I've reached out to contacts who deal with beings that exist outside normal human parameters. There's a facility that specializes in holding entities that can't be killed through conventional means. They use a combination of technology, magic, and isolation protocols. If we can prove Holden is genuinely immortal or supernatural, they'll take custody. He becomes their problem instead of ours.
Good. I've been tracking this monster for months, and I'm tired of watching him people with his ideas and participate in killings. You handle setting up the facility transfer and the evidence gathering. I'll handle tracking him and bringing him in. Between your detective work and my tracking skills, we corner him before he establishes his philosophy in another city. Judge Holden has survived a long time by being smarter and more ruthless than everyone around him. Time he learned what happens when smart and ruthless come after him with an actual plan.